Eid Mubarak, from the 25th of the 12th month of 1429. How my celestial orb relates to pilgrimage. The sun has been around the galaxy at least 25 times, they say. Al-Quran lists 25 of these embodiments of the solar principle. They are Adam, Idris, Nuh, Saleh, Ibrahim, Ismail, Ishaq, Lut, Yaqub, Yusuf, Shu'aib, Ayub, Musa, Harun, Dhul-Kifl, Dawood, Suleiman, Ilyas, Al-Yasa, Yunus, Zachariah, Yahya, Isa, and Muhammad. They all were liberated human beings. Their actions made clear they were free from notable blame in their physical actions. The last two that we know of were forgiven all their past and present sins while in life. They, as well as other prophets and messengers of the God, did hero deeds. As Joseph Campbell said in The Power of Myth, the last trick is one we have to do ourselves. They showed us examples to learn from on many levels, not just the literal. However, Al-Quran, Surah 22, and elsewhere teaches us to start with that. In this respect, we turn to I Ching card number 25, Wu Wang. 9 equals Wu Wang, or 966999, are from top to bottom yang, 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 yin, yin, yang. The broken lines are the masculine, or positive, and the straight lines are the feminine, or negative. Each is given a different example. This card as a whole is called innocence, or the symbol of integrity. The way we judge is through firm adherence to the way of God as delivered by Nabiullah, prophets of the God, and Rasulullah, and Rasuluhu, his messengers. Firm adherence leads us to understanding that teaches us the moral values and transcendent qualities behind the commandments. Uberman, the superior human, thereby nourishes others through his natural ways. The image shines forth when pilgrimage and marriage free him from insincere actions. This Hajj Mabrur, or the accepted pilgrimage, is atonement for all previous sins. Upholding the integrity of the pilgrimage, whether or not one is able to do any, makes one spiritually prosperous. Valid pilgrimage is not done for business, marriage, boasting rights, etc. It is done for Allah, because it is the right thing to do. One has to be careful on pilgrimage. One may encounter evil or harm on your way, or even in Mecca, Medina, or Jerusalem. There will be difficulties, and one should move forward and know what one can do with this, and know one can do this with pure thought, words, and action. One has to be patient and not anxiously push your way through an acceptable way. Shall be clear. See Al-Quran 94, 5-6. Maintaining your center patiently, you are free to complete. See Al-Quran 94, 7 and 8. The rites in prayer and sacrifice. See Al-Quran 108, 1-3. We may also connect pilgrimage to Enochian Iviena, prayer in Enochian. Just look at Enochian Author 25. Vete, change, light judging energy. Its governor names of God are Yirziand, ruler of the waters of torment, Ovaors, the equitable, and Ranglum, who controls its own thoughts, the ruling will. The pilgrimage should instill that sense of change within us all. It changes the physical life, the mental worlds, and the spiritual existence. Even though this all was predestined, we are in control whether we let the physical, metaphorical, and metanomial light of Al-Hajj wal Umrah, or any voluntary pilgrimage, judge the energies that is this universe. If we uphold those values, the waters of torment shall be told, the reward of Hajj Mabrur is no less than the gardens of the afterlife. It's an earth, but I kind of interpret it as that Ather is water while I experience this first. The earth tablet. So you'd think it would be different, but I'm not the only one, apparently. Then in agreement with Muhammad ibn Abdullah's saying, we will be rejected by the punishment in the hereafter. We shall then judge everything, but only as far as we know, and with equability. See Al-Quran 5:13, 5:42, 67, 68. Whether we go or not, it is a right that shows us how only Allah has absolute control of His will. This will tells us whether or not anything occurs. We can't go on a pilgrimage just because we so wish. Allah has to open the conditions for it. The top, jihad, striving or struggle, our hero deed, expected of women, for example, is Al-Hajj wal Umrah. The best known of these women is probably Aisha. She was truly a queen of wands. Card 25 of 78 in the Thoth Tarot of Aleister Crowley. In the positive sense, she was an illumination to the community on the issue of pilgrimage, and is even quoted to have lectured upon the pilgrimage. She let the people's wants go to the side when her husband spoke, and thanked God when they asked her to thank her husband. The seal of the prophets, Muhammad, therefore her love led her to true love. See Al-Quran 3:33 and 7:32. The peace of God be upon him. She overcame criticism when unfounded rumors were spread. She was said to be the Sayyidin leader in the system of judgment of the women, as far as outside of obeying Khalifa, the chosen ruler. This idea of her as an example started even before the time of Muhammad's death, in year 11 or 632 of the Vulgar era. Many to this day regard her as she who must be obeyed in matters of religion. Of course, to the believer, Al-Quran is the primary source of guidance and judgment. This book is which all knowledge, scientum, wisdom, sapiential or Sophia, and value can be attached to. It is that to be followed above the messengers of God in their absence. See Al-Quran 57:25. We all should use our obedience to the messenger, Muhammad, and thus over 144,000 Nabiyullah wa Rasulullah, to direct us to obedience of Allah. See Al-Quran 3:31 and 32. There's said to be 319 Nabi And obviously, the Rasul, by definition, has to be, every Nabi has to be a Rasul. There's some who, without grounds, have played games with the passages and said otherwise, but by definition, every Nabi is a Rasul. But there's other narrations that say it's over 124,000, but over 144,000 is also narrated. But if it's over 124,000, 144,000 being over than that would still make that passage true. Eid Mubarak.